Oh my goodness. We are live, everyone. We are live. So, welcome to Mock Girl Summer, Women of Fantasy Football's first mock draft show here on both the Club Fantasy and Women of Football Fantasy Football YouTube channels. I'm your host, Wendi Earley, and I'm so stoked to welcome in my co-host, writer with the Fantasy Footballers and the newest addition to the team over at Footballguys. Congratulations, by the way, Julia Papworth. Yeah, how you doing, Julia?
I'm good. Welcome. How you doing, Wendi? Thank you. How's it going? Good?
Yeah. You know, it's going pretty good. I've been a little nervous today, but I got all my people here that are helping me, and we're going to have a great show. As a matter of fact, on today's debut episode, we'll be covering a Dynasty Startup Superflex mock draft with a tight end premium setting. And because it's a tight end premium, there was no better guest to have, not only for the first episode of Mock Girl Summer, but for this particular draft, because we all know she loves her some tight ends. She is the co-host of
tight end premium.
Any tight end, honestly. Let's be honest. She is the co-host of the Women of Fantasy Football podcast, the host of Women of Fantasy Football's Golf DFS podcast, which is where I started following her, Who's Your Caddy, the co-host of Club Fantasy's DFS Academy, and the VP of Marketing over at Trophy Smack, our friends over there. It's Kelly Singh. Welcome, Kelly.
Hello. That was like a very long bio. Thank you.
You do so much. I even said that today on one of your comments. You were like, I'm doing this. I'm like, how do you do all this? You said you were hanging by a thread.
Hanging by a thread. That's right.
So are you guys ready for this tonight? Are you excited?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's talk
excited. About some good tight ends there, right, Kelly?
I'm very excited for all of the tight ends.
Well, as previously mentioned, today's mock draft is a Dynasty Startup Superflex tight end premium. And that leads me into a great segue for a sponsorship read. Julia.
Yes, Club Fantasy and Women of Fantasy Football are so happy to be partnered with the fine folks over at Dynasty Nerds. Dynasty Nerds has some of the best tools in the business to help you become the best Dynasty player that you can be. Everything from those Dynasty rankings and the Nerd Score, which I love, to their trade calculator and their film room. Their film room is fantastic. Dynasty Nerds is a one-stop shop to help you dominate your Dynasty leagues. Go to dynastynerds.com and at checkout, use promo code CLUBFANTASY to save yourself 15% off your purchase. That's dynastynerds.com and use the promo code CLUBFANTASY to save 15%. They're great over there. They're so great.
So great.
Yeah, it sounds like free money, really. If you really
it really is. It's free money.
There you go. Well, I do want to kind of mention on Sleeper, you can't actually adjust the points for tight end. So everyone, please keep in mind, everyone is in the draft. It's very important that it is tight end premium. So even though you're not seeing, the difference there, make sure that you draft accordingly, everyone.
Don't you worry.
I feel like Kelly and I are going to like a lot of the same people, so I'm a little nervous.
I know. I saw you guys were a little close there. 1 and 4, right? Yeah, 1 and 4.
Here we go.
There's a third round reversal.
There is a third round reversal as well. Yeah. So
somebody asked about that in one of the chats we're in, and I said I just like living on the edge.
You just show up. That's all you need to do. You need to show up and draft. We love it. We're so thankful for you. Thank you.
No, thanks for having me. This is great. First episode.
I know, it's super exciting. It was like a day today, though. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. But everyone here has been so great. And, it filled up the mock draft filled up today, and it's exciting. And, I'm really looking forward to getting started. So, and I have so many questions, you guys, because I'm going to tell you right now, Dynasty is out for me. I don't like it. I don't want anything to do with it. Yeah, I just, and
hopefully we can change your mind today.
I know. Yes. That's kind of why I'm here. So
come to the dark side with us.
Oh, and Mace is in the chat there, and I have to mention, Mace, Wendi is not drafting. Okay, Wendi is not capable of drafting and hosting at the same time. We have these other two pros over here, and that's what they're here for. So they're able to do that.
Is that what they call us these days?
I guess so. I don't know.
Hey, I've been called a lot worse today.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So, I think we're kind of at about time. Is everybody ready to start?
I'm ready. Let's go. I got my first pick. Let's do it.
Let's start it off, Kelly.
All right. So real quick, Kelly, since you did pick first, why did you pick number 1 draft?
Because I want to make sure I get my number 1 pick. Everything else is just gravy.
Okay. All right. Let's fire it up. Here we go. On the clock, Missy.
Well, this was a very difficult decision, I must say, because I love all of my children.
I know. I'm so curious. I can't wait.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure. Wow. Oh, yeah. Shocker.
Well, and we're in Superflex, too. This is a Superflex tight end preview as well, right?
Everyone.
Sam LaPorta, the king.
Yeah.
I do love some Sam LaPorta.
Do you guys think, is he going to be going like number 1 in a lot of the settings that we have today? Yeah. See, and that's what I'm here. I'm here to learn and learn, help people in the chat maybe that don't know. So is that where he's kind of going to be going, you thinking?
I mean, I would say in tight end premium dynasty for sure. Okay. Yeah.
I think the only other tight end that you could consider, and I wouldn't take him over LaPorta, would be Trey McBride, but maybe Kelly and I are a little more on that.
I waited. I waited out. I really did. But with the Cardinals setup this season, I don't think it's going to cut McBride short, but I think it could put a ceiling that we're not prepared for.
I actually think he's going to be just as good, if not better, with Marvin Harrison. I might be the only one who's thinking that he's not.
No, I don't think you are. Somebody said to me, that's why I said I think he could be cut short, but not, and then could put a ceiling that we're not prepared for. But I said on another show, I still think you could have 1,000-yard season, like the whole Mark Andrews situation. They had tons of receivers on the Ravens, and Mark Andrews still came up 1,000 yards. Trey McBride had 80 something yards and only had like a stunted season. So it's definitely looking good.
We got nowhere to go but up.
Questions. And that was one of my questions, Kelly. So you do factor in a player's team situation when making a draft decision, coaching staff, supporting cast, all of that makes a big difference.
Yeah, I don't weigh too much on the coaching staff except for where they lean in their plays. There's coaches that will lean tight end. If they play 2 tight ends, are they both receiving tight ends? Is one of them always blocking? There's a lot in that part of the decision-making process, but mostly I look at how many targets are available to the player. When we talk about, let's keep talking about tight ends. We talk about David Njoku, for instance. Smells really good, by the way. You haven't heard that yet.
I remember.
Sir came in just behind Sam LaPorta in receptions, 81 receptions to Sam LaPorta's 89 receptions, 880 something yards to Sam LaPorta's 889 yards. The biggest difference, 10 touchdowns LaPorta, 6 touchdowns Njoku. Ask me how I know all this. I just wrote an article about it today.
So and then to play devil's advocate, because I too love LaPorta, like those touchdowns, if you take those touchdowns away, right? And that is such a sticky stat that he could easily have 6 touchdowns. And I was thinking about that. Just you have so many pass catchers on that team and so many ways to score, right?
It's so true. And then I guess the reason I even brought that up was people think, oh, Njoku's fallen out of the top 5. Pitts has such a better situation now. And look, we've got Brock Bowers in the picture. And so cool. Let Njoku fall. That's fine. That's fine with me. Let him fall all day.
Fall right into your lap?
Fall right into my lap, literally and figuratively.
His nice smelling self fall
Well,
right into your lap.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. So I noticed that after LaPorta, we had 4 quarterbacks in a row. And then Gator went with Bijan. That's interesting.
I think that's normal in a super flex. We'll see quarterbacks. That's why it was very difficult to think. But I thought I wouldn't get LaPorta back. And I feel like there are plenty of quarterbacks for me to choose from. So we'll just wait.
I always worry about that. I'm like, if I don't get a quarterback, I'm going to end up with someone really not that good. I mean, I guess you're always going to struggle in one position or another. You can't have all the good players. That's not how that works. These people are too smart that are drafting.
True. Julia, how do you feel when I think like in Superflex, if I've not gone quarterback, I may just go 2 mediocre quarterbacks at that point.
Yeah, and I think that's a decent strategy. I think it's funny because it's like the first time I played Superflex, I got burned from the quarterback. So I think because of that in my brain, I'm always like, I need to have, I try really hard to have one stud. And then beyond that, I'm kind of like you, like I'm fine getting someone who just give me a starter, just give me another starter at that point. And then you're kind of playing around and you put a good wide receiver in that position. It doesn't have to be a quarterback. And then I try to sort of hoard anyone who could become a starting quarterback. And but it is, if you don't take a quarterback early, there's definitely pros of it. I mean, look, what do we have? Someone to Jamar Chase, Marvin Harrison. Let's look at Duarte, like Jefferson and Amon-Ra. Like you have 2 of who should be, 2 of the top 5 wide receivers. And if they do what you suggested, Kelly, and get to, subpar quarterbacks, she, whoever that who's drafting might be better off than getting 2 good quarterbacks at the beginning.
Very, very true. It's going to be interesting to see how this lands back at me and what I decide to do.
Yep.
I have a plan, but all good plans. What is that phrase?
Until you get punched in the face. A plan's great until you get punched in the face. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that it? I may have made that up. I don't know, but
I think that's going to have to go on a t-shirt. Somebody talk to Casey.
Yeah, there we go.
Until you get punched in the face.
Yeah. There we go.
The best laid plans. Shit. What is it?
I think everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face.
Okay, we're going with that.
Okay. Can we have
and that's what usually happens in my mock draft. So
and in life sometimes, just in life.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah.
So how do you guys feel about stacking in Dynasty?
I love stacking everywhere. Stack them up.
Okay. What about you, Julia?
Kelly with your wine. I think Dynasty is where you need to really look for those. I kind of do it naturally as well. The place where it becomes, I think, a little less important is if you're doing like a redraft league with some buddies from high school, because I feel like that's feast or famine, right? If you do your stack and your stack delivers, great. But if you don't have enough people to kind of mitigate your point loss. So, Dynasty is, you got to have something in there. Oh, it's my turn as I'm just like talking. Hold on. Let's go. I think I know where I want to go. People are leaving him for dead. What has happened? I know. I'm sorry. It's like,
why is that? Why are they doing that?
It made my next decision very easy because I was either going to go the route down there of our friends who have taken 2 big wide receivers, but go 2 big tight ends. As much as I love these other tight ends, they're not receivers like Mark Andrews. So my next decision is I need a big receiver. So I'm going to go, this is a hard one too, but I'm going to go Puka Nacua.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
Puka.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
Love Puka.
Yeah. I need those receptions.
Why is Mark Andrews just like nobody's talking about him? And they're talking about Isaiah Likely too. Like, what?
I don't know.
I think he's 28, which is fine in tight end years, but it feels like he's been in the league for 100 years because of his status. Being injured last year then puts him on people's radars of being injured, and having a fill-in like Isaiah Likely, a receiver like Zay Flowers, starts to put him on another discussion. But what people forget is the Ravens have always had receivers. So Zay Flowers or not, there are still targets for Mark Andrews. They've always played 2 tight ends, if not playing Ricard as a tight end-esque blocker.
Hard. You dropping names there. Look at you.
So yeah, I think people are just forgetting because of the injury and because of all the new shiny things.
I saw another question that I actually wanted.
There was a question about ZeroRB.
Yes, that's the question I saw. Do you guys prefer the Hero or ZeroRB when drafting in general?
It depends on the year. This year, I feel like I kind of like it just because of how much talent there is in the receiving option. And I feel like when I draft, if I start early with a couple running backs, I'm not liking what I'm getting in those middle rounds. And when I start with wide receivers early, I'm just liking it better. This is why we mock, right? You want to see who you're getting in I think the 3, 4, 5, those rounds. And if they're people that's in your bucket, right, of players you're okay with. What do you think, Kelly?
People are gonna get mad about this. I tend to think that the RB strategy, sorry, Gator J, is dated. And so I agree with what Julia's saying. Is it depends on the year. It depends on what we have going on. And this is the year of receivers, whether you're a tight end or a wide receiver. Last year, this year, even maybe 3 years ago, it was edging that way, where our RB was going to the wayside as the classic draft.
Let's see. So something that I noticed was Shia down there on the end on the 3rd round reversal. He took Kyle Pitts. I'm telling you, I think Kyle Pitts is going to kill it. What do you think, Julia?
Yeah, but I know he's supposed to, but I just can't do it because I've been burned too many times. I can't stick my hands in the fire again. And if he is the best tight end season he's ever had this year, then I will just have to take the loss. I can't click that button.
Yeah. Okay.
I shake when I think about it. I can't click it again.
It's like PTSD happening.
It is PTSD.
He's dead to you. Kyle Pitts is dead to her.
But let's talk about that then. We're all saying, Drake London's going to be there. Kyle Pitts is going to be. So is the entire team going to just have the team, the year of the century, which they might, but also is Cousins fully going to be healthy? Was that, I don't know. I think there are some things that people are not necessarily talking about that if they go the other direction, they might not be as happy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
What are we doing there with 3 QBs?
Bold strategy, primetime mock
strategy.
Yeah.
Someone's like, "Oh, you didn't choose a QB yet? I'll take them all."
Take them all. Yeah. It's a nice stack with that Josh Allen, Dalton Kincaid stack there.
Yeah, I kind of like that too.
Oh, so finally. Thank goodness.
Wait, is Kelly on the clock? I gotta look.
Yeah, Kelly's on the clock.
Yep.
Go, let's
all
see.
Right.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's nice. You got him.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. Your team is gonna smell so good.
So good. I mean, they're good looking. All of them good looking. They smell good.
His skin is flawless.
Right? And how does that happen after getting like his face burned off?
I don't even know.
In person too. Like I did not even touch that. It's like glass.
The best part though is you said he was a nice guy.
He was so nice.
That is just so wonderful.
Yeah.
I loved hearing that story.
So
I'm
nice.
actually kind of jealous to that.
All
story
right,
too.
so I'm up here. Okay,
right.
So let's see. There's one team that doesn't have a quarterback, but I don't.
I drank all my wine.
Here. Oh boy.
Do you have more? Did you not come prepared?
I did not come prepared.
We're gonna go.
Yeah, you got a little ways. There's gonna be a while before you get back.
Should I run and come back?
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Yeah, go for it. We'll hold down the fort.
Right.
You're fine.
Hold down the fort. I'll be right back.
We got it. We got it.
She's a professional.
Oh,
how is she not prepared?
Really
what are we gonna do about her?
Oh my God. Gator, I am so mad that you got Jaden Daniels because that is who I wanted. So if we're talking about sniping, that is the one I wanted, Mr. Daniels there.
Yeah, I don't think Gator's gonna care.
No. No, because Gator was just talking about me sniping. So yeah.
So we have, you said one team has not taken a quarter. Yes. Oh man, that was quick.
Just behind me. Yeah. So Gator, no, let's see. The CeeDee Lamb, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson team needs a quarterback. Yeah.
So
I was just looking at that to kind of like feel out, who we have left.
So Kelly, I do have a question with Dynasty. Do you weigh much on the age of a player when you're doing a startup draft like this?
Oh, yes, I do. And it depends on position, though, too, and what the future looks like for the player on the team. So, like, when we're talking about tight ends and wide receivers, they age much more gracefully to me than a running back, which I think is very common. So, quarterbacks, I think, also age maybe even more gracefully than any player as long as they continue to perform year over year. So yeah, but it is something I think about. I want a young team, and so far I feel pretty good. Jared Goff I only grabbed because of the stack, but I would aim hopefully when it comes back around. Shoot, who do we have left? I may not have a good choice, but we could pick up one of the rookies probably that's going to be starting. We know JJ McCarthy is going to be starting. We know Drake May is going to be starting. So that's probably a good option for Superflex.
Oh, interesting. Still no quarterback. He still didn't take a quarterback there.
Well, but the other thing too is like, Trevor Lawrence in 201. I mean, they were probably playing the odds that not that many people behind them would take another quarterback. Like if there was like 4 quarterbacks they were okay grabbing on the way back, it's like how
also that person keeps timing out, so I think they're just getting the ADP.
They might be. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That is good. Yeah.
Which is really interesting. I don't know why we don't see. I actually don't know why that is in our ADP. The quarterbacks are way, way down there. But I don't know. I talk about Drake May, and there he goes.
And I do know there's a couple of the ladies from Women of Fantasy from the Unwind chat that are in here, and I know somebody's got to leave a little bit early, just maybe a couple rounds. So if anybody does have to pop out, go ahead and put it on auto, so this way we don't have to let you time out. So
yeah, throw some people in your queue.
Yep. Just a friendly reminder.
Yeah.
Friendly reminder. I love it.
We're friendly here.
I mean, most of the time.
Well, so far tonight. I mean, we're only 25 minutes in, but so far, so good.
So far, so good.
So far, so good, I guess. I mean, I did get more wine, so that helps.
Oh, yeah, that's excellent. Julie, are you drinking anything tonight?
No, I'm not. I don't really drink. So, well, I mean, I've got a, I have a probiotic soda.
She's an air plant.
Yeah. I'm a, what'd you say?
An air plant. She just mists every now and then.
I'm not very good when I drink, so I kind of just don't do it anymore. I don't know.
That's fine.
So it might be a good choice, huh? Well, I am just having some water, and if anyone knows me, I hate water. I cannot stand water. So I had to add a Zip Fizz to it, which probably isn't a good idea at 9:25 at night, but you know, whatever. It's fine.
It's so late for you. We'll be fast asleep by that point, Kelly.
Yeah, I will definitely be. As soon as this is over, I'm like, good night. Actually, I have to catch up on court. I've been like stuck on YouTube court cases, you guys.
YouTube court cases?
Yes, they're playing in the background. I'm like all caught up in the drama. There's this whole thing in Boston with this lady who apparently backed over her boyfriend, and they're framing her, I guess. Oh, no. I have no idea, but I'm riveted.
Are you in Arizona right now?
Yeah.
I was there early in the week, and man, like it says on your moniker there,
it is
hot. It was hot. Yeah.
I just got back last night, and it was like a full 100 degrees, I think, when I
Yeah, it was gross. Yeah, when I got back here and got off the plane in Burbank, I was like, oh, it's delightful.
We just passed like 2 planes in the night.
I know, literally. We may have been on the same Southwest flight. It's back and forth.
It's so funny.
Oh, good Lord, yeah.
Okay, so Aaron
Rodgers goes. Okay.
Yeah, but that could have been an ADP too. I didn't notice if
that one was
there's
not.
A stack.
No,
there's a stack there. He's got Garrett Wilson.
They went with the stack over the age consideration for Dynasty, even though this could be Rodgers last year. Who knows?
He could play.
That would be and the injury too. I mean, they're showing pictures of him. I mean, they make it look really bad, of course. Yeah.
Ayahuasca will make him better.
I mean, is he even real? That motherfucker is not real.
Oh, good Lord. All right, where are we here?
You know what? You asked for this.
Yes, I begged for this.
Get her with Bryce Young. All right, let's see if
I'm happy with it.
I'm excited to see what Rodgers does this year. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's going to be interesting. Whatever it is, it'll be interesting.
I mean, we're all going to be watching.
Okay. Yes, we will. Okay, so good old Ferguson.
All right, here we go.
I am going to go with...
Did you get sniped? Are you saying that Calvin sniped you?
No, I did not get sniped.
Okay.
Because
I can have a talk with him.
I know what tight end I'm going to get later, but I am going to go with the person who I think is almost the most pro-ready rookie quarterback right there.
Okay.
I like it.
I think Bo Nix will be super boring and super consistent. And like for a second quarterback in my Superflex, that's all I want. I want boring and consistent.
But also, why does he look 30 years old?
Because he is. He's close to 30. No, I'm kidding. He's not. He does. Yeah. And he just looks like the type of quarterback that Sean Payton, like that classic white, slightly older.
He is. He's like Kirk Cousins reincarnated.
Yeah, he is old. Yeah. But look, I think he's solid. I think he can run that offense quite well. So
I have to agree with you though, because I went to the combine and I saw him. He was real nice. I mean, he was a super nice guy, but he was just a guy, you know. I don't know.
He's just real vanilla.
He's gonna get his Coles contract soon. Okay.
Who are you picking, Kelly? Okay.
We're stacking again.
All right.
Who let that happen? Who let that happen?
You guys let Kelly do that? Are you kidding?
2 stacks with 2 big receivers.
Wendi, will you scroll it a little bit so we see the first?
Okay. Yes, I can try.
If you can.
No, that would be.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. No, that's perfect. So we can get a better.
I'm running out of time. Who do I want now? I better pick a running back at this point.
You probably should.
Oh no. All right. We'll just stay with the youngins. I'm gonna go with Ramondre Stevens. I'll stay with the youths and hope that he has better luck with his new compadre at the helm.
The Utes.
The youths.
The youths. All right, let's see what we got coming on here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Let's see.
I don't know. It's all just kind of falling apart at this point, but I feel good about my stacks. I'll just survive on those and win.
There you go. There you go.
So when you're playing or when you're drafting in the dynasty format, is it important to you about bye weeks at all, or it doesn't matter? You don't even pay attention to that?
I mean, I like to, but this year is going to be extra hard. There are like, I don't know, somebody correct me. There's like 2 or possibly 3 weeks where there are 6 teams on a bye.
Yeah.
And
also, schedule better, NFL. Schedule better. There's like 2 weeks where there's like 2 teams.
And last year, I feel like it was only 1 week where it was like that, but it's definitely 2 or more this year.
I agree.
So I guess, everybody's going to struggle with bye weeks.
They will.
So it does. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all going to struggle with it. That's why I'm saying I'd like to, but I just don't think you can.
I think the one thing in a super flex is you might have in your mind a couple combinations of quarterbacks that you can't take, right? Like if you take a guy early and you're like, one of these laters, like the Stafford or the Goff or something, just make sure that those guys don't have the same. But besides that, you can't really, it's too much to look at everyone's bye week, I think. Yeah.
I agree.
I'm looking down there at Kimberly, and she took 2 rookie quarterbacks.
I find that very smart, actually. For
I do too. I like it.
Dynasty, especially in this class of quarterbacks. I think that's pretty good. I'm interested in why the heck have so many running backs just gone off the board so early. It's like, hi.
And now we're in this running back little dead zone of people that I'm like, I could give you an argument against pretty much any of these people.
Yep.
And
but I don't
also
really
I could give you an argument for them, Yeah.
But do you care? Because I don't think that's your strategy. So
no, not really.
Yeah, I'm more of like, who's left? I got to get one in there, but who do we get? This is a very interesting mock. This is not how I thought it would go at all. Just saying.
We knew that was going to happen, right?
It's good though. We want to see some difference here.
Yep.
We've got 3 quarterbacks on one. We've got our friend there playing RB.
Mm-hmm.
I do anticipate a lot of wide receiver back to back.
And then do we think these 2 people are going to take tight ends? Probably Kimberly and Duarte here because they don't have any tight ends yet.
They don't have anybody yet. And
let's see.
I'm highly anticipating it, drinking coffee at the same time. Apparently, I grabbed the wrong mug. This is where we're at in this draft.
You're just going to be even though. If you do the wine with the coffee, you'll just be living in neutral.
It's a wash. It's a wash, Kelly.
It really is.
Mushroom coffee. I am attempting to
What kind of mushrooms?
Really?
What kind of mushrooms are we talking?
Nootropics, lion's mane, chaga. I forget the other.
Is that
one.
mud? Are you drinking mud water?
It is it's Everyday Dose is the brand.
Got it.
And I do notice that my stomach is a lot less acidic because I drink a lot of coffee. And it's also supposed to be anti-inflammatory. Do I feel less puffy? I can't tell because I drink too much wine to counteract that.
Oh, that's so funny.
Can we talk about just the things that we now have to consider in our elderly ages?
We're elderly these days.
I mean,
you two shut up. Elderly.
Wendi, I think we talked about this. I think I'm older than you. When we were so I went to visit my dad in Arizona. We went to dinner, and he was asking the server if she liked a wine, and the server goes, "I don't know. I'm 20. I don't drink." And I just looked at this child and I was like, get away from our table. And then I was like, what year were you born? And she said like 2004. And I was like, you never knew life before 9/11. And she just looked at me again. And I was like, never mind.
Never mind.
You never walked someone to the gate at an airport.
Nope. Never did that. Probably never even heard a dial tone.
Never.
Nope.
Never.
Oh my goodness. No, I was on another podcast earlier today and we were talking about the strides that women in media, sports media have made and what has changed. And I started talking about diversity in age and how they don't just like shove them off the air anymore. Now it's like embracing women for their knowledge and how they've been around the block and know a thing or two. We have plenty of female role models on network television that probably even 10 years ago may have been asked to not be on television anymore.
Yeah. Baby steps.
Ageism is a thing, but I think it's going away a little bit.
Yeah. 1 year at a time. Not all the way, but yeah.
I mean, that's how we all go, right? 1 year at a time.
1 year at a time, bro. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I don't really love my options here. Don't really love them. So you know what? Let's throw caution to the wind and go with that.
Oh, you know what? He was on my radar. I loved him at the combine. I got to interview him. He was so nice too. He was just a really good kid. And do you think his injury? Are you worried about that at all, Julia?
I mean, in Dynasty, I think he's way more valuable in Dynasty, obviously, right? You're getting him for the long haul. This is someone who's going to be a 3-down back. This is someone who I think next year we'll be talking about him in a top 8 conversation. But yeah, and look, I didn't love some of the other people in that area there. I don't think Diggs is gonna. I'm not a big fan of Diggs this year. Adams, no, I'm not gonna get on the Rashee Rice train right now because we don't know where that train's headed. Yeah, so I think it's kind of like, okay, there's a lot of upside when Jonathon Brooks pull the trigger there.
Yeah, I agree. I was just watching the chat. Mr. Scampers was saying that the 20-year-old has never been around the block.
Anywhere Scampers.
And Darcy. Dame, you guys, Darcy's going to be 40 tomorrow. Happy birthday, Darcy.
Welcome to our world. It's magical.
I
turned elderly.
She's not sure.
I turned elderly.
She's not positive.
Thank you for being a friend.
The older I get, the less I care. And that's just like what it is. It's like, I don't care about anything anymore.
Yeah. I mean, the Golden Girls were literally like in their 40s or something like that.
Oh my God, they were, weren't they? And then fully gray.
Really? No.
They were, or maybe like early 50s. They weren't.
They were playing like elderly women, but they were really like 40 and maybe early 50s. Yeah, the most.
Apparently.
Shoot, it's me. It's always Cole Kmet season. There we go.
Oh no! Did we make you almost? We made you almost miss your pick.
I bought some time.
Blame the wine. It's the wine.
I was too busy singing songs. Dang it! Now I don't know to pick though for reals.
I don't know if you want to listen to A-Rod, but he's saying anything but a wide receiver.
Anything but a wide receiver? Why?
I don't know.
I feel like I need another wide receiver, though. I'm going to actually go against that advice, and I'm just going to go with I'm going to need to make this up later, but Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua have been sharing targets. If I've got Matt Stafford, let's just do it up.
Not bad. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Let's bring in more points, fans.
High-powered offense. Not bad.
Okay, let's do it. I almost did that too. I almost did that because of the youths, you know?
Yeah. I feel like my team, I'm going way youthy. Super youthy. That's a term. That's a word, right? Youthy.
It is now. We're making it a word.
Right now I have one, 2, 3. I have 3 rookies.
They're so youthy, they don't even have photos.
They don't.
I know. You can't tell me what is wrong with Sleeper. I mean, these guys have had plenty of pictures taken in their uniforms. They can't get their pictures on here by now.
Okay, so all right. I feel like I'm gonna reach for somebody, but I'm afraid this person's gonna be gone by the time they come back to me.
All right.
But I really, really, really believe in this person.
Ooh.
Oh,
you know what?
Interesting. He's
I've
getting a lot of chatter.
I think he could be the number 2 in Washington, and I think he could border on the number 1 if McLaurin doesn't get his act together. Yeah, I think he's Gator. Why did I snipe?
I don't hate
I don't know. Did I snipe? I might have sniped. Yeah, sniped. Yeah. Yeah, no, I just got him because I didn't think he'd come back, and then I'm perfectly content in the tight end world there. Oh, sorry. Scampers knows what's up.
The senator.
The senator. Yeah.
Oh, the senator.
That's, Mike on the ballers, he calls him the senator. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It works.
It does work.
Sniperized.
And he went to Washington with the government, so that makes sense.
Ooh. Oh, I'm so torn.
Let's see. All right,
I'm making a little cue now. It's just so that I can talk during my picks.
That's a good idea. It's a very good idea.
I mean, we should probably throw this out there. Does anybody think, like, what is going on with Darren Waller? Is he actually going to play?
No, he's not going to play.
He hasn't played his whole career. He hasn't played.
I mean,
he had that one good year that he made us all believe.
Yeah, suckers. We're suckers.
Yeah, no, I think his future is in making incredible music videos.
No, it's not.
No, let's be honest. I think we got more joy out of Darren Waller's recently released music video than we did of his last 2 football seasons. So so I'm okay with it.
I mean, I imagine like a no regrets tattoo and like a whole music video scenario.
Yes.
Yeah, Charlene says he's retiring, and I think he probably will.
He should go off into the sunset.
Yeah,
and no more videos.
Auto-tune making a comeback. Auto-tune is. Oh yeah, and Scampers is right. He has an insane story, and he just seems like he seems to be loving his life. Didn't he get married a couple years? Didn't he marry like a WNBA? He married someone. Didn't he marry a player for the Vegas Aces?
Aces. I almost said Sparks.
That
sounds very familiar.
You know what I meant. I feel like he married one of the Vegas Aces. Yeah. They got divorced?
Already?
Yeah. They just got divorced.
That
was like the whole part of the video too. He had like someone that looked like her in the video. He cheated on her.
There is so much tea happening right now.
I know. That sounds
I don't like him too much. I mean, I didn't know her, but I just don't care for him.
That's
just
fine.
Me.
That was the whole reason for the song.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. I do not have my finger on the pulse of that.
Dang it. Charlene is like in the know.
She knows. Yeah.
She knows.
Nice job, Charlene.
Where are we at now? We are about to make the turn shortly. This is exciting. I'm anticipating. Anticipation.
Go.
Do you guys remember the commercial? Anticipation with the ketchup? See, I'm older than you.
Oh, I remember like the visual of it, like where it's tipped and you're like waiting for it to come out.
Waiting for it to come out. I do remember that. I do.
The Muth.
I can get the senior discount, okay? I can get the senior discount.
Good job. Did you know that anybody can join AARP?
When I turned 30, my father registered me for that, and so I started getting all of the mail because he decided to be funny. He's very funny, my father.
Oh, that's
He was like,
hilarious.
yeah, it's really hard to opt out of those things now.
But they're like campaigning for that now. They don't just want old people. Like anybody can join now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's isn't it the like America's Association of Retired Persons?
It's
something.
Yeah, like, but it's all a scam.
But I would like to be retired at like age 50. Like I don't hate that, you know?
I do too, but that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm just a tad over that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
No, you're not. 49 forever.
Thank you. I have a birthday this month.
Nice.
I'm a June baby too. Yep. At the end of the month. So I'm a Cancer. I see that Dame Overboard, she would be a Gemini. Not that I'm into that. My mom was a Gemini, so why I remember.
I do like to look at that. I do like to look at that stuff. I'm a little intrigued by star signs. Why not?
When's your birthday, Kelly?
November 3rd. Scorpio.
So what's your oh, you're in the desert. Oh my God.
But it's also a water sign.
I don't know a lot of Scorpio women. I know a lot of Scorpio men, but
Scorpio men are not as good as Scorpio women, I must say.
Scorpio men are. Thank you. No, thank you.
Scorpio women are known to be very fiercely loyal. We love our people. We also love our space.
There you go. There you go.
Rude.
All right. So
sorry, Mr. Scampers. You're an exception.
Yeah. So we're a little more than halfway through the draft. So are you guys seeing any trends or teams that you're liking? Okay.
I see zero trends.
Yeah, there are no trends. Everyone is sort of, this is what's difficult too, is like if you are in a league where a couple people do some crazy stuff, then it's like if you had any sort of plan, it goes out the window, right?
Throws it all off. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That happened to me at the Scott Fishbowl live draft last year. It was terrible. It was terrible.
I was going to have it. What was my plan here? I definitely had a plan. Oh, I do have a plan. Okay. This is what we're going to do because I think this guy's going to have a massive year.
Oh,
all in on Zamir White, baby. I'm all in on that one.
And he's still fairly young too, right? I mean,
yeah.
I want to love the Raiders like I do. I spend so much time in Vegas. I'm there probably every couple of months. I want to love them. And then they say things like, if Aiden O'Connell had been in the draft this year, he would have been their 1.1 pick. And I'm like,
with
what?
That tiny little mustache.
Ew.
Can't grow. Yeah.
What's happening?
You don't have to love the Raiders. I think you just have to appreciate that Zamir White is going to get so much volume. Like
there's no one else, right?
There's
who else
nobody
is there?
Else. And all that team wants to do is run the ball. Just run.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That makes sense because throwing it would be pretty dangerous. So
yeah.
That's why I feel so bad.
I feel so bad for Devontae Adams. It makes me cry.
It makes me really sad for him. Let's just go with our cue. It's here for a reason. Let's use it.
All right.
So we're going to go David Montgomery and flex spot for Luke Musgrave. Woo!
Right.
I like those both, Kelly. I think a lot of people are ignoring David Montgomery, and he's another solid, slightly unsexy pick, but that will always
It is pretty unsexy, especially in Dynasty, but we're slim pickings. If we're going win now with our little stack ups, we might as well just throw him in.
Go all in.
So you're definitely, Kelly, you would say your team is definitely a win now.
I call it that. I mean, we put a lot of effort here into some strong stacks. We're tight end premium, so we've got that. I'm a little nervous, I would say, about the New England situation, but I'm being positive in my vibes. And David Montgomery's a workhorse. He's a workhorse.
Well, and New England doesn't have anyone else either. I mean, it has to be Ramondre.
Right. Right. He just has to stay healthy. That's the nervousness of it all.
So in Dynasty, okay, Tony Pollard.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a massive fan of Tony Pollard, and I don't think. I mean, I actually don't think he's going to have an incredible year, but I just really didn't like any of the other people. Like, everyone else I thought would be worse. I don't know. I'm not.
He hurt my feelings too many times, and
Fair.
I just saw. I can't believe there are at least 3 running backs that I wasn't paying attention to, and gosh dang it, I hope they get back to me now that I look at it.
They won't.
Don't say that. Rude.
Well, look at the people that you're drafting with. Do you think they're going to let the good ones get back to you?
Yes, because we're not
everyone.
ADP.
Kelly, if you want to tell who you were going to pick, we'll tell everyone in the draft not to pick them so they make it back to you.
Don't pick this one. Or that one. Or that one.
All right, you guys got it. Don't pick this one, that one, or that one.
After that questionable 3 quarterback start by team 3, I kind of like where they ended up going because they definitely got a couple stacks, right? You got Pacheco and Hollywood Brown. You have Brandon Ayuk with Brock Purdy. I think there was a plan there. Maybe we didn't see it, but I think it's coming to fruition for them.
I think that you are right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. They did it in reverse.
They did. Yeah. But also, again, good to see what happens if you take that many quarterbacks early, who's available to you.
You know what? You're so right. You are so right. Even in a 3rd round reversal, you could still come up smelling like roses over there.
Like David Njoku.
Fresh bouquet. I'm honestly I am also pretty impressed here with these three picks because you're not only setting yourself up for success, but you're also keeping the rest of your league from having an elite quarterback at the same time.
It's true.
Because I certainly, as much as I love the Staffords, they're lovely people and they do lovely things in the LA area. I'm not out here saying Matt Stafford's elite.
Yeah, he is a good human.
He's a good human. Same with Jared Goff. I mean, he's killing it there in Detroit. But am I is he elite? I don't know that I put him in elite, but maybe.
Yeah. I'm very happy for him in Detroit. He seems to have
super
found
happy.
Yeah.
And in Dynasty, they're probably not elite. So.
Not for Dynasty.
Yeah.
We're looking at the retirement home over here in my team. That's another reason why you're gosh darn it, I hope they win now because
that's the thing. You might have a win now. You might have a win now team, Kelly.
You might. Then next year I'm gonna have to trade off my young guys. I'll have to trade off LaPorta for a quarterback.
Right. I mean, so next year you would have to pretty much blow your team up, right?
At least I would probably have to get rid of Puka Nacua or if he has a great year, or Sam LaPorta if he has a great year, so that I can have a quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been rebuilding in a dynasty league that I inherited a team that was built around Daniel Jones and Zach Wilson. So needless to say, it's been a rough couple years. I think Josh is in that with me. And I had Puka and Kyron Williams in that I got, I think off the waivers or something. And everyone's oh, you got to trade them. You got to trade them. And I'm I can't, I have to just center my team around them and just wait. Right.
Yep. I'm the same. I did the same thing last year in a dynasty league that I started in 2020 and it was okay. And then all of a sudden 2023, it was awful. And they're you have to sell this off. I'm no, I'm just going to sit on it. I'm just going to sit on it for a second. I got to feel good about one piece of my team.
Can we talk about Scampers saying T's and P's really quick? Scampers, I have to tell you, my husband's best friend said that to me the other day, and I had never heard that before, and I love that you just said it.
What does it mean?
Thoughts and prayers. T's and P's.
Oh.
Yeah. Solid 2 thumbs up, Scampers.
It would take me longer. it would take me longer to type out T's and P's that way than it would the actual
thoughts and prayers,
way.
yeah. But it's so much funnier that way. It's so much funnier that way.
It is funny. Very
All
funny.
right, so I know Gator's going to be up pretty quick, but Gator, after you make your next pick, can you explain to me why you have so many tight end or so many wide receivers? I just am asking, like, for real.
And they're
Like,
all except one are rookies.
All except one are rookies. That was my next question. I mean, I think it's really good, but
I do love like the first two. Like, I really love the Xavier Worthy and the Romo Dunze. I love me some Romo Dunze.
I love Romo
I do
Dunze.
too.
I love him so, and I feel like he is being. It's hard to say underrated for the third wide receiver, in the draft, but like people are kind of pushing him on the wayside and just not talking about him as much. And it's my turn. Hold on. Oh, I did not have a plan.
I'll take over for you while you're thinking. I was teetering, like, if we don't get Marvin Harrison Jr., if they decide against him, like, I'm okay. Let's choose Romo Dunze. Like, either of those two, let's do it.
There's a little stack. There's a stack attack right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I think Odunze's route running is some of the most beautiful route running I have ever seen. And like his contested catch percentage is ridiculous. So I think him and Caleb, we already see this like bromance starting, right? And I think he's going to be the number 2 for sure. And I think he might be a 1B to DJ Moore.
I like that. I am going probably again way outside. Oh, not probably. I'm going outside of ADP, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick up Romeo Dobbs.
Nice.
I feel like him and Love had a nice season together. And you know what? Let's give the elderly a chance over in Washington.
They're people too.
Elderly are people too. And that's kind of where we are in our running back situation. So let's go with our friend, Austin Ekeler.
Oh, yeah.
He'll always have a place in my heart. I love him.
Yeah.
I feel like it was so bittersweet that he left. Like, it was teetering. We were planning, even still thinking about Scott Fishbowl. How are we going to do our charity? I'm talking with his agent. And we're like, we just don't know what's going to happen. And then off he goes in June, like whatever it was, not June, but the free agency period. And we're like, oh, dang it.
That's tough. That's so tough. What do I have here?
So in answer to my question that I had earlier that I asked Gator, he said he is stacking young wide receivers with their young quarterbacks. So, and that makes total sense. So, that is maybe more of a win later.
It could be. I mean, they could definitely have amazing seasons, although Bryce Young has yet to really wow anybody, but maybe he needed time. He might just need time.
Yeah, he's the quarterback in my dynasty league, so I'm really hoping I think he stands a good chance to have a pretty decent year.
It's hard when they're not 6'5". Kyler Murray actually said something the other day.
Yes,
Kyler. He said Greg Dortch would be a top 5 wide receiver if he was 6'5". And I know what he was trying to say, because Greg Dortch is like 5'10", 5'11", same as Kyler Murray. But he's a great receiver. You can't get the attention that you need unless you're 6'5", and the media doesn't look at you.
Marvin Harrison Jr. right there. Exactly. Yeah.
So I mean, I like it. It's cute. I love the idea of Bryce Young. He just hasn't quite risen to the challenge, I guess.
Yeah. I think a lot of things have fallen into place to set him up for success this coming year. And I think if it doesn't happen this year, then I think it's time to say bye, because you got different coaching staff. You're getting the weapons, like having Jonathon Brooks there. Like, he's set up. Let's just see if he can do it.
I agree.
I kind of feel the same way. This coming year for Trevor Lawrence. I mean, oh man, he's just like he's on that cusp, but he's never So it's like, is this if he doesn't do it this year, is that are they going to move on?
Well, no, I don't think they're going to move on. I think he will be. He's going to be their franchise quarterback, but I think that Trevor Lawrence might just always be someone who's better for regular football than he is for fantasy football.
For fantasy purposes. Okay.
Because if you look at it, like he had so many touchdowns that were that close, right? Like all those Calvin Ridley touchdowns, like I would say at least 5 or 6 of them, maybe more. And then you put that on his stats and he would have been a completely different quarterback. We wouldn't have been maybe having this conversation, but I love the idea of Bryce Young. Yes, Skippers. Oh boy. I want to believe.
And if anybody knows me, and if you don't know, I'm going to tell you now, I am obsessed with Trevor Lawrence's hair. He has the best hair. It is
Does he not have a shampoo contract yet?
I have to flat iron this shit to make it even look even semi close.
I have 5 hairs on my head. I have 5 hairs on my head.
I have plenty of hairs. This is my shower hair.
You have Kelly, your hair is beautiful.
I know.
The gray in your hair is phenomenal.
Thanks.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I'm trying, it's really hard not to fight it. I have this dry bar.
Don't fight it.
This dry bar subscription, and I'm like, just blow it all out and I'll live in it for a week, and then I have to wash my hair, and then I'm like, okay, I'll live in this for a week, but I don't know. Man, it's tough being a lady, I tell you.
It really is, because all the guys on podcasts put a hat on and they are good to go.
It. Mr. Scamper says hair privilege in the chat.
Don't you have a shaved head, Scampers?
He has the best beard. Did you see the picture where I hid in his beard?
It's incredible. His beard is
was there anyone else in there? Did you see anyone else when you were in there?
No, I mean there was room for others though. There was room for more. It's hair, it's a struggle. It really is a struggle. Whether you have thin hair, thick hair, curly hair, straight hair, we all have something to bitch about, I think. Hair.
I agree.
That is true.
Whatever.
Okay.
Where are we at here?
Boy,
okay,
yeah,
we have 15 rounds. I'm looking at my roster, and what I love most is I feel like Sleeper knows me so well that all of my tight ends landed in the flex spot. It's like, here you go.
That's so funny.
We know that you would do this, so we're putting them here for you.
All right.
That's awful nice of them.
It really is. It's mostly just because I went outside of ADP, but I'm going to pretend it's because they know me really well.
Well, for sure.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. Here's a super boring vanilla pick. Just to give a little more.
I don't hate it. He has been my flex QB for 100 years. So
yeah. I think and then the other thing is I believe in Bo Nix, but if Bo Nix doesn't deliver and he gets benched, then I have a backup at least.
Maybe I'll pull you. I mean, Las Vegas is obsessed apparently with Aiden O'Connell, so let's pull him into this mix. Why not?
Mustache, do it.
The mustache. I mean, it was either the mustache or the mustache. Do I go with the mustache because it's fun and exciting Gardner Minshew magic? Or do I go with the mustache because Las Vegas is obsessed, apparently?
I love him so much.
I have to pick again. Dang it.
Yeah, you do.
You know what? I talk so much shit on running backs. I'm going to pick another one. Let's go with Chuba Hubbard. Look at that little auto draft by April Bastille.
Yeah, she told me she was going to have to cut out a little bit early.
Okay, so, I got sniped.
Oh, no.
I was going to take Dontavian Wicks. Son of a gun. Well, then I will go the next best thing and get a mini stack there too.
Oh, I cannot wait to make my last pick because it's one everybody and their mom needs. I love Rashid Shaheed. I'm not going to lie. He saved my butt like a zillion times last year.
And you know who else loves him? Mr. Carr. He also loves Rashid Shaheed.
And I think that's why, because Carr has been my flex QB, like I said, for 100 years.
They are big fans. So why not?
I love it. I love that. I cannot wait though. I gotta make this last pick. If somebody else makes it, it's gonna steal all of my thunder, but I don't know that they will, because it's very out. Is it? No, somebody might actually steal it. That's fine. We can talk about it when somebody does pick it, probably.
If and when that person is stolen.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to do.
Julia, there is a little comment there for you that says, but Shaheed isn't even worth a fourth, right?
No. And also I've started to like Rashid Shaheed a little bit more since that trade proposal. But yeah. He's grown on me slightly.
Is Gator J getting on the tight end flex train, or is he just making fun of me?
Maybe both.
That's okay.
Okay, so I think that's a pretty interesting pick for a last pick is Justin Fields. Do you guys feel like he might take over in Pittsburgh eventually? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty solid pick there for a last pick.
It's a great last pick.
I think it's a fantastic last pick, because even if he didn't take over this year, he'll be playing next year. There's no way that Russell Wilson, if he finishes this season, I'll be surprised. But next season, come on now. There's danger. Russell Wilson, you in danger.
Taysom Hill last round, obviously. Poor Michael Mayer.
And what about Chig? Chig. He was supposed to be so good. And he's not so good.
He had,
remember that time last year that we all believed in him?
I know.
Remember that time last year was the time that I think I actually put him on my DFS, and it felt so good. And then it was so sad after that.
Yeah. I had him in Fishbowl, Scott Fishbowl, and I was like, I've got it. Yeah. Not so much.
Hey, that's what happened.
Darren Waller goes.
Oh, that was an auto pick. We're gonna let him slide.
Oh God, that is hilarious.
The saddest pick for me in Scott Fishbowl was my Mark Andrews stack, and also I was high on all of my pain medications for pretty much every single draft last season. And so every single draft had a Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews.
That's not bad.
And then he got injured.
It should have been good. Yeah, it should have been great.
Season, I got so called out on Sirius XM for my stack. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I am high right now. So... No.
You had a free pass.
I had a free pass. But it was all I knew. Okay, are you ready?
Okay, yeah.
Everybody needs to be picking Michael Wilson. And I'm not being a homer. If he was healthy, Michael Wilson caught the longest pass out of everybody in the NFL last season. Longest pass that man can catch. He just needs to be healthy. That's my soapbox.
I like it.
All right, Julia, how you feel about your team?
I feel honestly pretty good. I went really young, but I did throw in old man Ezekiel Elliott there to close myself out. I think, starting running back of the Dallas Cowboys. I actually feel pretty good about this. I kind of like this team.
I kind of like your team too. Yeah. I think the best thing going for my team might be the quarterback receiver stacks.
But you did really well at that.
I think, and it wasn't planned. Like I wanted
the geriatric stacks.
I'm a little nervous because my team is not a super young team. There are plenty of young elements. Michael Wilson's very young. Aiden O'Connell's very young. Luke Musgrave's very young. There are plenty of very young elements. but it's not like a super sustainable. It's a very middle of the road team we have going. We're very middle-aged over here.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, this has been great. You know, I want to
Who's
thank
the
everyone
favorite though? Who is your favorite?
I didn't know
lineup?
were we supposed to pull
No,
someone
I
out
don't
as
think
a
we're
favorite?
supposed to.
Wendy, who do you think? Who do you like?
And when you look at all of these, is there one that really jumps out at you? Because I'm actually, what Julia said about primetime mocks, I'm actually kind of coveting that one a little bit. I do love me some Zach Charbonnet. I'm not going to lie.
I love Kendre Miller. I think that's a great pick. I think I said Dontavian Wicks. Also Hunter Henry. I think Hunter Henry, if you're going to go late on tight end in just sort of any sort of league, I think he is a key pickup because that New England receiving room is I name the New England receivers. I dare you.
True.
Name 3 of them. Yeah.
Right.
Best of luck. So I think he could really.
When you look
I
at
kind
the
of like Gator
J, what he said
like
about
that.
matching up his young receivers with young
because
quarterbacks.
of the dynasty thing. That just is kind of really.
I just feel like it's a little. I love it. I don't mean to hate. I just feel like the Bryce Young pick, it's a little risky. And then I know we only had 15 rounds, but to go 15 rounds without even a backup at all is super risky because who are you going to put in at flex? I don't know.
Well, he has Jaden Daniel. He has Jaden Daniels. So yeah.
Where is that? Where am I missing that?
Above Brock Bowers right there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But you got to play a quarterback and you got to play a super flex. Mm-hmm. And so what happens when you need on your bye week? Who are you going to put in the super flex spot is what I'm saying. So I guess as long as Rome Odunze has a great season, he could put that in the super flex spot during one of those quarterbacks bye weeks. You got to hope that one of these guys, and he's obviously not playing tight ends in the flex spot, so he could put Brock Bowers potentially in the super flex spot and then put that Sanders in the tight end. I mean, there's some options. I do like that strategy. You've got very traditional with Susie Cute. That looks pretty traditional.
Very balanced. That team.
Yes. Yeah.
That Zach Moss pick is nice. Yeah, great. Lots of different strategies. Sure. Lots of strategies.
Awesome. This was so much fun. And I felt like I really learned some stuff too from you guys. Thank you so much for that.
Hey.
But hey, everybody, thank you for drafting, and to Julia for making this so easy for me. A big thank you, Kelly, for joining us on our very first episode. We couldn't have anyone other than you for Tight End Premium. So, Kelly, can you tell us where everyone can find you and what you have going on these days?
Yeah, but before I do that, I think you guys are going to do great together. I think this is a very balanced duo. Wendi, you're in here asking great questions. Julia is going to be able to give you great veteran answers. We're all elderly. It's excellent. Let's do it.
Thank you, Kelly.
It's the mock old lady summer show. It shouldn't be the mock girl summer. It's just mock old lady.
You can find me. Just go over to the app formerly known as Twitter at Kelly and Phoenix. Tomorrow, a new episode of the Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh drops with all of your Cardinals news. So you can catch up on that. Right. We're in the middle of golf season. You can't catch up on golf because it's already started. But we drop a new episode every Wednesday of Who's Your Caddy. So check that out on your Wednesday mornings.
Perfect. And how about you, Julia? Where can everyone find you when you're not with me on Thursday nights?
Yeah, I mean, same thing. The app formerly known as Twitter, right there. Julia Papworth. My written content is over at Fantasy Footballers and now at Football Guys as well. So
I know, and that was such a great announcement. I was so happy for you.
Yeah, those guys are great.
Yeah, you're a rock star. They're lucky to have you. They're lucky to have you. Yeah. So this has been the debut episode of Women of Fantasy Football's Mock Girl Summer. You can find us here on the Women of Fantasy Football and Club Fantasy FFL YouTube channels every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have different guests each and every week doing different drafts to help you get ready for your 2024 fantasy football leagues. On next week's episode, Julia has a prior engagement, so she's leaving me. have fun.
I have to take my kid to Disneyland. That's what we're doing.
That's pretty damn fun.
I know.
So we just had to invite one of the coolest people I've ever met to help us showcase a tournament that is near and dear to my heart, which is the Battle of the Sexes tournament. So we are going to have Howard Bender here from Fantasy Alarm. He's going to join the show. He's going to help us mock draft for this Battle of the Sexes tournament. So everybody be sure and hit that like and subscribe. Show us the love as we get this show off the ground. There are so many great shows on the Club Fantasy and Women of Football Fantasy Football channel. So when you subscribe, you don't miss anything. They've got a ton of shows. I love watching everything that they put out. This group has been the best. Thank you to Josh he kind of gave me some little hints and he gave me a lesson on stuff. And, so I'm learning and I appreciate everybody and we will see you all next week.
Wait, before we close, can I drop a secret?
Yeah. Are you kidding? Breaking news.
Only because I've been really working really hard on it. Josh might kill me for this, but we are building a collection at Trophy Smack that will launch this season, sponsored by Women of Fantasy Football. It's called, he hates this part, but it's called Ladies League, sponsored by Women of Fantasy Football. There are special selections exclusive only to the Ladies League collection. It is not all pink. It is not all sparkles, but there are pink and there are sparkles. So if that's your thing, join us. If it's not your thing, join us and make sure you check out Trophy Smack for your draft season and championship needs this summer. Women of Fantasy Football, we're excited to welcome them in.
Nice.
That is serious breaking news.
Nice work,
It's
Kelly.
the wine. It's the wine. We're spilling the tea.
Don't answer Josh's calls later. He's probably going to be calling you. Don't answer the phone.
Mid-July, I would say. Check it out mid-July.
Awesome. Thanks again, Kelly.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.